Hello to the world of YouTube. On November 7th, 2020, Capital Limited Productions visited the famous Strasburg Rail Road in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, to celebrate 75 years of the original Railway series books by the Reverend W. Awdry, which created the foundations that make the railway engines of the island of Sodor as popular as they are today. And in this video, we will be seeing one of Awdry's most famous characters, Thomas the Tank Engine himself, ride the Strasburg rails in a Steamin' Strasburg Saturday. But before we see just what one of the 8 famous engines can do, we should look back at his history. Thomas the Tank Engine was built in 1917 as a modified version of the London, Brighton, and South Coast Railway's 060 E2 Billington tank engine. Thomas's modifications include a larger coal bunker, a splasher over his front wheels, a raised back buffer beam, and a top speed of 55 miles per hour. Most of Thomas's early life can be summed up in this way.
He was a fussy little engine, always pulling coaches about. He pulled them to the station, ready for the big engines to take out on long journeys. And when trains came in, and when the people had got out, he would pull the empty coaches away so that the big engines could go and rest.
In 1924, he was purchased by Sir Topham Hatt of the Northwestern Railway on the island of Sodor to act as the Knapford station pilot. Upon his arrival, Thomas was painted in the NWR style blue with a yellow number 1 on his side. He was known to be cheeky and a little conceited, which would get him into trouble with a certain Gordon the Big Engine.
He thought no engine worked as hard as he did, so he used to play tricks on them. He liked best of all to come quietly beside a big engine dozing on a siding and make him jump. Peep, 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 pip, peep. Wake up, lazy bones. Why don't you work hard like me?
This encounter would lead to the first of 3 times Thomas would venture out onto the main line with mishaps, as he longed for adventure outside the station yard, but that wasn't to last. Before Thomas had arrived earlier in 1924, Sir Hatt would purchase a black modified Lancashire and Yorkshire Class 28 260 named James. But one day, he would pull a load of troublesome trucks which caused him to run out of control, and his wooden brake blocks were no help either. Thomas would try to halt James's runaway, but to no avail, resulting in a brutal crash at a trackside cow field. Thomas's wits of the yard would lead him to find Jerome and Judy the Cranes with the breakdown gang to rescue James and bring him to safety. Thanks to his bravery and resourcefulness, Thomas was rewarded with being able to run the Farquhar branch line with 2 faithful coaches, Annie and Clarabelle. This is where Thomas's larger coal bunker became important, as the original E2 supply was insufficient for full branch line service. Thomas has had many adventures on his branch line, such as going fishing, having an encounter with the law, racing a bus, crashing into a house, or stopping a thief. Across the island of Sodor, Thomas's adventures include chasing a pirate, discovering a lost town, once triple-heading the express with Duck and Percy, participating in the Great Railway Show, and even meeting the Queen of England. Through it all, Thomas has evolved into the really useful engine we all know today. Between the Reverend W. Awdry and his son Christopher, there were 42 books of the Railway series written and published between 1945 and 2011. A Thomas and Friends TV show has been running since 1984 and has been narrated by the likes of Beatles drummer Ringo Starr, comedian George Carlin, and actor Alec Baldwin, among others. Whether or not you think the show is actually good anymore, it is currently in production for a 25th season, which has to count for something. There are plenty of friends for Thomas in the United States at the Strasburg Railroad. I'll stop talking now so you can see the sights and hear the sounds of this really useful engine.
Clouds in there. Oh, okay. But he don't talk. He's not gonna. Oh, never mind. You can talk. move a little down here to the whole ground.